Another day, another story. The story's name is Grave Order. Not one man but a nation was dead. The whole nation was mourning his loss. The grief of the people could not be seen, and the sounds of crying could be heard for miles, and the crowds were so large that there was no place to step. All of them were crying. When the funeral was held, people were far away. Everyone was crying, bowing their heads. A sacred place in the cemetery was reserved for him, surrounded by cypress trees. The last afternoon of the day, and the sun was about to set when he was buried amidst the sorrows, sighs and sobs of the people. They all wept and returned to their homes before evening. But his dog, the faithful dog, sat by his grave even after evening. Sometimes he would look up at the sky, and sometimes he would lie down on the grave, as if he was getting peace. The night grew dark, and the reckoning of the grave began. Before the angels of good and evil arrived, the grave began its conversation with the dead body. The grave said to the dead body, "Get up and listen to me very wisely." The dead body sat up, and a voice came to him. "The world considers you good and will probably continue to do so." The dead body looked around again, but he did not see anyone. So, the grave addressed again. "Do you know that you are not a good man? Even sinful and unacceptable. But your people consider you good because you have done great things for them. But you did not do the real work for them." The dead body looked around once again. The grave addressed once again. "Now you also see in amazement what I did not do, so listen. No matter how much peace you get in the grave because of your good deeds, but the punishment for one of your crimes is more, the punishment of which you will have to suffer here. You did not call the people to freedom and did not mention the harms of slavery. Rather, you have been using them to your advantage. You knew that the two great curses and calamities of the world are such that no human being can bear them. They are hunger and slavery. In slavery not only the human body is imprisoned, but also the mind and soul are captured, which is the most difficult task in the world to free. Slavery paralyzes a person's thinking, and the problems that seem bad gradually make people believe that they are all right. Slavery goes on from generation to generation, and man never thinks of freedom, and the greatest anger a slave gets is from the person who talks about freeing him. And if such people were given the sea of freedom, they would like to live in the deserts. Freedom is a blessing, but a slave considers slavery as a gift from God. Living in despair becomes his destiny. He grows on someone's pieces and forgets his hard work and value. Worst of all, you have enslaved not only yourself but also the people. That is why you will never be forgiven. Being a slave is a great crime. And hunger, the first disadvantage of hunger is that the human body becomes weak. And when the body became weak, the existence of man became a question mark whether he will survive or not. You have not quenched the hunger of the people but increased their lust. You have turned their hunger into greed and lust. And this is an unforgivable crime. The hungry man forgets his faith, trust, belief, self and identity, but sells. Hunger is the beginning of slavery. That is why the capitalists always keep others hungry and poor so that they can depend on them in every matter, but beg. The distress of the dead body was becoming clear from his face. "I am soil and no crime on earth can forgive." When the grave finished speaking, the two angels appeared and said, "We've both heard it, so this guy can't be forgiven." The slave-thinking man is disgraced in both this world and the hereafter. The two angels disappeared and the grave became silent and darkness fell on all sides. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more stories.